Hey, everybody loves to go out to eat, but we don't know what happens behind the kitchen doors. That's what we're going to explore here today with the man who spent 30 plus years behind those doors, training people, teaching people, and sniffing out what's good and what's bad. Chef Pascal joins us again today here. Thank you, sir.
Actually, I try to talk about only the good one.
You do.
The bad parts.
Forget the bad parts here.
Let's stay positive with good food and hard-working chef, And
I asked you guys before the show started, I said, before I met you guys, I thought chefs were just kind of quiet and stayed behind the kitchen door and cooked. I didn't know there were big personalities, big feuds, big ideas, big debates going on behind the doors here.
Well, most of the time, as our guest or client, you see only half of what's going on in the back.
Yeah, I'll bet.
And unfortunately, we sometimes see only half because we have a back kitchen. And there's sometimes
even there it's
you
divided.
have to sneak in, yes, divided too. So
you brought back a guy. He gets a second bite at the apple here today. Second bite at the burger today.
Yes, and there's a good reason for that.
Okay.
And my friend Keith Prante, Chef Keith Prante, who came last time and we talked about his new business, barely 6 months old.
Haute Dawgz, Haute. How do you say? How do I say hot in the French way? Is it haute?
Haute. So it kind of make it a little
haute.
Californian twist of
And
hot.
haute means what?
Yeah.
It means kind of the haute, the upper crust, the special stuff, the
It's like haute couture. I don't know,
Like elegance.
elegant.
Elegant would be a good definition.
Yeah,
Okay.
top notch, yeah.
Yeah, top
And-
notch.
Yeah,
Soigné.
soigné.
Soigné, whatever that is. Okay.
And so, and
So we're not talking hot
He-
dogs today here, huh?
well, yeah, just to quickly wrap what we talked about before of his menu, he makes everything himself. All the sausage, different type of sausage, different flavors, and all the toppings. Fabulous creative menu, and
Go watch the last one. He had some Thai sausage in
yes,
here.
yeah,
I didn't know Thais make sausage in Thailand here.
doesn't matter.
Every country makes
I,
sausage.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought only Germany and the hot dog, the only sausage I ever really eat, or the Polish sausage
we
that I
got,
grew
like,
up in Detroit.
The Lebanese make macanek. The South Africans make boerewors.
Yeah.
The
I never-
The American make merguez.
well, and it was the story of the. Maybe I'm pronouncing it wrong, but it was the andouille.
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 Well, no, because the andouille came from France to Canada when the French settlers landed in Canada.
Right. And they
And
got
then
driven out.
They had in France, this sausage was made with like liver, and
Ah.
it was a very pungent smell, right? So when the recipe made its way to Canada, it had changed. Well, then when the French settlers went down to the bayou,
The Acadians. They
then-
left
then-
Acadia, French.
Yeah,
So
so-
everybody adds his own little
Yeah.
touch, but the
so the
original spice.
andouille started in France, right? The bayou Cajun style andouille that people are so familiar with
That's what I'm familiar with.
started in France, but it was made completely different.
And then it changed when I went to Canada,
Yeah.
you're saying.
And if you go in France today, you eat an andouille. It has nothing to do with the andouille from Louisiana.
Right.
Really?
So-
Okay.
Nothing like it.
I didn't know
It's
that.
amazing.
Okay.
Anyway,
So
enough-
we're getting sausage
enough-
education,
no,
but enough with sausage.
Enough sausage talk, right?
Stop talking about the wieners, guys.
So your sausage business is doing great, and chefs don't mind being creative, and they see almost the demand, and so he said, "What can I do to offer something else than sausage?" Because they may come to your place only once a week, and then you want to offer something else. So now you have very similar creative type of flavors and seasoning, but smash burger. Why did you come up with the idea of doing smash
And what
burger?
is a smash burger?
Oh,
So the idea came from I was having a hard time with my clients coming in because I feel like sausage is such like a niche, right? It's not people eat a sausage once a week, twice a week maybe. But in America, people eat burgers every day.
yeah. Yes.
So it's a more popular food item. So it actually makes up about 75% of my sales is the smash burger concept. So it helped out with sales. Now I've got a little bit more demand for beef, at the restaurant. But we do different things. We do a beef patty. We have a chorizo patty. Both of our chicken mango habanero and chicken bacon jalapeno patties. And so what I was doing was I'm actually using some of the sausage meat as the patty.
Oh, okay.
So the chickens and the chorizo are actually our sausages.
And why do they call it a smash burger these days? I see that term everywhere. So
I could tell you, but I want to know.
There's so many. So I categorize our smash burgers as like a West Coast smash burger because the Oklahoma style smash burgers got the onions in it. We don't put onions in ours, for many reasons. But I feel like when you're making a smash burger, the concept of smashing the burger is to the Maillard reaction, right? Or the caramelization for people who are listening.
Yeah.
It's you want to create a crispy, crunchy patty.
Because you cook it on the flat top.
Yeah.
Right? And why you cook it on
not a grill, but a flat.
No, not a grill. You don't want to have the juice. So the orange juice of the whatever meat is in your.
It's got to stay on the grill.
You're going to stay, and you're going to give a little more extra taste on the bottom and caramelize, and then you flip it. And
so it's got a crispiness to it
and
almost.
Smash, and you have seen places, mostly coffee shop, they really smash and put weight on it.
They do. I see
cook
that.
it
What is that little
faster.
flat piece of metal
Yeah.
that they put on it? And
So the technique is to not push it down too hard because you lose so much juice.
Right.
So it's really to find the right balance. So it's a great technique, but also the fact of you smash it and have this juice caramelizing. And you could do meatloaf patties.
doesn't matter what the meat is, right?
Yeah,
Right.
And as long as it's a shape, you put it in
So you're
shape,
talking my talk. Chef's always talking fancy food. I grew up in the Midwest. It's burgers and hot dogs, and we did them on grills, and so we left those grill marks on it here. And the only time I saw the smash burgers is when I went to the White Castle places, the chains that had, or the diners, the old diners where they would put it on a flat top grill, and I never understood why they smashed it down like that.
And when you put them on the grill, like this, who has the best of it? The flame.
The best, they get the best
flame has
of it.
the best of the burger.
That's why I grew up. Everybody had to put them on a grill, and you've got the grill marks, and that was supposed to be, but it was very dry because the flames had dried out.
Yes. Well, yeah, but the flames had another smoky taste.
Yes,
so
that's what they did, a smoky flavor too.
So,
So you're not doing that. You're doing the old
we're-
smash burgers, which
Smash
are hot
burgers.
back again here. Yeah.
Yeah. So we have a very special technique that we like to have.
We got to get you a little closer to the mic, or bring the mic closer to you. Maybe.
Sorry about that.
Yeah.
With very special technique, I really want to. It's all about the caramelization of the sugar that's prominent in meat called ribose. So
I didn't know there is sugar in meat. Right.
So we want to caramelize the ribose, and so our plancha has to be, very high. If it's not high enough, you're just going to end up steaming the patty.
yes,
right?
to sizzle. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, make noise.
And while I was actually
Is
just
that why it sizzles? Because when you put it on the
Yes.
flat top, it goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
There
hear
you
that
go.
sizzle.
Well, my new line cook, I was explaining this to him earlier, is if you don't squish the patty enough, you're not going to get that crunch, that crisp. And if you don't do that, it's just a McDonald's
Steam,
patty.
yeah.
You know what I
Right.
mean? And we don't want
Don't mention names.
we don't want small patties like that. We want crispy, flaky patties, and then
But that's what we grew up with. The fast food places took and created a different style. This kind of flat, I don't know. It's a flat patty. McDonald's, Burger King, and all. Sometimes they fake and put little grill marks on them somehow, but it is not.
It's edible paint they use.
Is it really? I think it is
really
kind of
is,
like it. Yeah.
I think Carl's Jr. That's Carl's Jr.
They are coming already pre-marked.
Yeah.
You're kidding. So and so it's literally just painted on there to make
Pre-marked
it.
and,
Yeah,
then
it's like
and then frozen.
Right.
Yeah.
Burger King is the only fast food joint that uses a grill.
Yeah.
Those are authentic.
And
those
what
are,
about
those are real.
And what
ones.
about In-N-Out? Because everybody says that's real deal.
In-N-Out is probably one of the best fast food chains in my
Yeah,
opinion,
totally.
but they use a flat top.
Yeah.
They do.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah,
so,
they
right.
use a flat top. But like you'll see on our burgers, you know what I mean? So our burger sauce is homemade. The aioli, the ketchup, the mustard, all of that's
Oh
made
my
in house.
goodness! You just don't go by to the store and down to your vendor.
Absolutely not.
No.
And then the pickles we make in house. We use like a gochujang.
You make your own pickles? You take
Yeah.
cucumbers and you pickle them somehow?
Yep.
Sure.
Sure. You're like, I can't do that.
Yeah,
What do you do when you close your shop? You just make your pickles.
You make
no?
your pickles. Okay.
exactly.
All right.
If you pickle it, it lasts forever.
So, who gave you the idea of making
Yeah,
a
right.
smash burger? Because you want to be unique. You want to be something that to bring a new item to your.
Well, I think that sausages and burgers, they go together well. And I'm a big follower of these big chefs and these Michelin star chefs, and Marco Pierre White. He says, he goes, if you make food that you enjoy eating, right? You have to make food that you enjoy eating. If you don't do that, it's not.
You
gonna
mean
come
you
out.
eat one smash burger a day?
I've had 3 today. I eat them all the time.
That's an interesting thing. I never thought, do chefs eat their own cook, or do they cook, their style of cooking that sells, that they were trained in? They might, I'm sure they like it, but is that what they eat all the time?
Well, mostly I eat it because I'm too broke to buy food.
Oh,
So,
okay.
You work for food.
yeah.
So you
So when you went home at night from Pascal's, did you pop a burger on the grill and eat that, or did
No,
you make? I'm
a-
saying with Pascal when he was cooking.
Oh.
Did you go home and eat fancy French food, or did you just have a burger and eggs? Or
I still cook at home. Yeah,
do?
even when I come late, yeah, I still cook.
you don't
but-
just pull something out of the freezer
No,
and put it in the
no,
microwave?
no, no. Well, we as chef, we always have something we have made in the freezer.
Okay.
So we always have like a bolognese sauce.
But I always figured you guys were just like us. You came home, you popped something out of the fridge, or you brought home a burger, or
No,
you may have cooked
Yeah,
fancy French cuisine
no.
all day. But
when I was growing up in the kitchens, right, as a line cook, I am a infamous Jack in the Box. It's a bacon ultimate cheeseburger with curly fries and a Dr. Pepper. It costs $10.43. Yeah, I eat it all the time, and it's when I would get home, when I was working in Vegas, and I would literally come home, sit on my counter next to my toaster, and eat like a half a loaf of cinnamon raisin bread.
see,
with
he's,
butter
he's
and
telling the truth. He eats
I would-
like the
I
rest
would-
of us.
I would not cook. I would not cook. I might bring food home with me from the restaurant, but
yeah, yeah.
I was
And-
never really into that.
So, so you are you are you taking some hot dogs or some burger?
Smash
home?
burgers.
Well, both. I mean,
Because it sounds like he really likes this.
well,
food.
that's
yeah.
what that's another reason why, right? Was because, I mean, a couple months into operating, just the sausage company, I got sick and tired of eating sausage and bratwurst every day.
Yeah.
I was like, well, I need to put something else on the menu so I can eat it.
You bring a great point. When you own and run your own kitchen, if you get tired of it, I mean, your guests also get tired of it. They want something new. And then so you realize, maybe I want to eat something else, but I want to serve something else. And that's a big point, because when you open your own business, to do just not just hot dog, but your
Sausage,
style
the whole
of
sausage, yeah.
sausage. And maybe you didn't plan to add smash burger at the beginning, and then you realize that let's add something to the menu.
If you're
How
hungering
did
for
you
something, then
decide
the
that?
customers are.
Yes.
Yeah.
A chef have to do that sometimes. You have to add something, even if it was not the original plan. Is that correct?
Right. Well, I mean, with the sausages, I mean, I kind of, get creative, and so I come up with ideas. We did like a beef bulgogi sausage with kimchi in it.
A what?
We're gonna
What the heck is that?
bulgogi is like a Korean dish. You need to take this guy out more.
I don't go to any of these places.
I need to take you to BCD Tofu House.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, oh yeah, Koku Ichibana. Yeah, dude.
Okay.
Yeah,
I don't even know what you're
See?
talking
It's
See,
about.
but
Japanese curry. It's
It's a
amazing.
language you don't even know.
I don't even know.
Yeah.
I don't even know how to react to it.
The BCD Tofu House is like a Korean Denny's. It's open 24 hours. They do a hot pot tofu soup, and they got great food.
They have them here in Orange County?
Yeah, they got one off of Jamboree in Alton.
Okay.
Over
Free
there.
shout out to them today.
Diamond Jamboree.
Yeah.
Check
All right.
out that shopping center. All the spots there are good.
Okay. All right. So you're trying to bring other things into the
beef
burger world.
bulgogi. We're gonna do we're doing a shiitake miso sausage that we wanted to do. I wanted to do something with miso.
I thought miso's a soup.
Miso is a
No. Yeah, go ahead.
yeah, sorry. Yeah, miso is a fermented soy.
Yeah.
So it's like it's got a
okay.
very
And then you
unique
use that,
flavor.
and you can put that in your broth.
Yeah,
That's,
it's
what
a
I-
broth.
that's the only time I've heard the word miso.
So
in
like a
soup.
miso soup is actually dashi kombu is a type of seaweed, and they make a broth with that in it, and then they put the miso inside that dashi kombu broth.
And that miso can be very expensive because sometimes they age it for
Yes.
a long
Yes.
time,
Okay.
for several months. You know?
Yeah.
So that's why there's
We should
different
get
grades.
some real Asian cuisine in here because I have a very limited knowledge of all that.
Oh, this can be a lot of meals.
Well, you got to remember which way you're going too, because
Yeah.
I mean, you got Koreans, you got Japanese,
Yeah.
you got Chinese,
Very
and then
different.
within the Chinese region, there's like Szechuan Chinese food,
Yeah.
and
Cantonese.
yeah, all that stuff's so good.
We are so lucky to be in Orange County because we have access to all these cuisine, even in markets.
Isn't that
No.
the truth? Yeah.
You know, when I go into a Korean market, I want to try everything. There's so many new items for me. So many
Right.
things are appealing, and I try to stay away too much spice. But it's so
Right.
interesting for me as a chef to
Right.
discover things.
My
I've
wife has
never
a
seen.
tendency to do. I say, "Where did you get this?" And she said, "I went to the Korean market, or I went to the Persian market, or all these
Right,
places."
right.
I'm like, "Where do we even have a Persian?" She said, "They're all over the place, all
Yeah,
these
the
different markets."
Middle Eastern cuisine's kind of something that's been with me recently because that's what happens, right?
Yeah.
Is I have like this curiosity bug where I'm like, I don't know enough about Vietnamese food. I need to
Yeah.
go learn everything there is about Vietnamese food. And so, banh mi and
Yeah.
pho noodles and spring rolls and then you go to you start out at Lee's, right? And you think you're experiencing real Vietnamese food, and then you grow in and you go into these places that you don't know what the sign says.
Yeah,
They call it
And then suddenly you go to Vietnamese restaurant, it's mixed Italian and Vietnamese
right.
in the same
or
Yeah,
French.
yeah.
They love to do French, yeah, because it was a
And-
French colony.
So,
yeah.
let's
All right,
go
back to
the
smash
smash
burgers. You're
burger.
smashing them.
The
I get.
Saints
Give-
of Smash.
Give
Saints.
us a few description of the selection of
Okay,
smash
so
And that's the name of it. That's why you said the name.
Yes.
You're calling this the Saints of
the
Smash.
Saints of Smash, right?
Okay.
So, as a Christian, I wanted to create like a Christian-based restaurant. So we do the Saints of Smash. You can what we have that's really fun is you can add a patty to your burger. So you can add up to 10 patties. So
What?
the infamous 4x4 and 8x8.
You mean pile them up?
Pile them up. It's a big burger.
Yeah, 10
You know,
patties high. I've
the
never
10,
seen
the
that.
10 patty burger. If you can come into the restaurant and eat the 10 patty, it's called the Last Commandment because there's 10. Right?
Last Commandment, of course.
So if you can eat the Last Commandment in less than 5 minutes, you get your money back.
Oh my.
But
goodness.
we got
Which would be a miracle.
we got
to
fun
use
with it,
another
right? So-
religious
but
metaphor.
you have to wait for the paramedic to come.
Yeah.
no. I think the time's the hard part. I mean, the amount of food, it's not really that big because they're all smash burger patties. So like our patties are like 2.5, 3 ounces. So
Do you have to? How would you even get it in your mouth? You'd have to take it apart
it's
somehow.
it's definitely a challenge, but it's a food challenge.
Right.
So
Don't scare people away.
right,
They-
our
they-
triple patty, we call it the Peter because Peter denied Jesus 3 times.
Ah,
And then we have
my
the
goodness.
the four patties called the Four Horsemen.
yeah.
The
Of
five
the
pat-
apocalypse, the
yeah,
forest,
the 5 patties called the Pentecost. The 6th patties is called the Devil's Tower. But and so on and so forth. We kind
So
of
you
played
have
up.
to, you mean you have to eat that burger
Religious.
religiously?
Yeah, religiously.
which means you got to come back often.
Yeah.
So we do beef patties, chorizo patties, chicken bacon jalapeno patties, chicken mango habanero patties. We have a patty called the bovine swine where we fold in chopped applewood smoked bacon
Oh,
into the
sounds
patty.
good.
Ooh.
All of them comes with different, the pepper jack cheese, Munster cheese, American cheese. Swiss cheese. We do a truffle. We
Do you have
a
to
truffle
bless
smash
yourself
burger.
before you eat these here? I'm a good Irish Catholic, so this is right up my alley here.
Let's just say it's made with holy water. Our truffle smash burger. You know, we use a white truffle aioli, and we use cremini mushrooms with Swiss cheese. That one's got arugula on it. It's
You guys
it's a
throw
really good one.
what's a cremini mushroom? You throw these things
cre-
out
Yeah,
there.
cremini-
creamy mushroom. Yeah, you
It's
see.
a-
Oh,
it's a-
so
nobody
good.
knows
Have
what
you,
these
have you
are.
heard of portobello?
Yeah, the big
It's a
ones.
baby portobello.
Oh, okay. All
Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
a baby bella is what they
A
call it.
baby bella.
maybe below.
It's that's their marketing name.
The best mushroom you can get like this too is in Korean markets. Are fantastic
In
mushroom.
Korean
it's,
markets?
it's,
Okay.
it's a good mushroom.
In gnocchis and oyster
Yeah.
mushroom. Yeah.
Oyster, I've seen those. All right, so
Yeah.
I got to keep stopping you. You just throw these terms out like
Yeah,
everybody knows.
mushroom-
You guys know. I never
And
heard
that's
of this.
that's
stuff.
actually my favorite ingredient is
Yeah.
mushrooms.
Oh,
I think
love-
fungi is the most. There's a mushroom
Okay.
that they harvest that only grows off dead caterpillars.
What?
What's the name of it?
What?
Yeah.
What's the name of that mushroom? I can't remember the name of
It
it.
grows. So if a
There's
dead
there's thousands of
caterpillar
mushrooms.
dies in the forest or the field or something, the
Yeah.
mushroom.
And
fungi.
this certain
Yeah.
mushroom only grows off of that.
Yeah.
It doesn't grow in the wild outside of that. And then there's lobster mushrooms that, like, when you cook them they turn red, like lobsters.
I had no
There's
idea.
lion's mane. Probably
I know
the
there's
more
lots of
popular
types.
mushroom.
From the
But
best.
just the
But
it's,
even-
it's not like, and all mushrooms don't have a stem and cap. Like there that are categorized like that. But mushrooms are
But
by far my
I
favorite.
if you stick to shiitakes, it's
Yeah.
probably the best mushroom.
I
in the world.
love
Yeah,
the
shiitakes are
flavor of mushrooms. Now, I only know a couple of kinds with the little stem and the cap or something, but
Yeah.
something about a mushroom, the flavor, the consistency, whatever. You put mushrooms on a burger, or mushrooms on anything. Mushroom.
Yeah. You,
Well, you're familiar with truffle.
Yeah, I am. I haven't had a
So
lot of truffles.
Truffles
kind of
don't grow
mushroom.
with a stem and cap.
Yeah,
Truffles actually grow underground.
and some pig has to sniff it out.
Yeah,
or
or,
something.
or special trained dogs.
it's dogs, no.
Okay.
The pigs eat it. The dogs don't.
Well, the problem with pigs is pigs will eat them.
so they find it and eat it.
Yeah,
right.
so that's the thing.
But they had to
So-
sniff it out because it's underground. Yeah.
But yeah, so truffle are deep, not deep, but 5, 6
Yeah,
inches.
six to
Okay.
12 inches. And
Yeah. So, through
And I'm an old hippie, so we'd have magic mushrooms.
that's a different kind of mushroom. Those ones have stems too.
so during my few last year of health trouble,
Yeah, right.
I was told, because there was a blood problem, that mushroom was going to help me going through the
Really, you obviously, for those of them who
The
had
illness,
cancer, you
and-
went through a
yeah.
bad bout with cancer,
yeah
and they were recommending mushrooms. for that?
mushroom, and so believe me, I load myself with mushroom as
And
much
why?
as I
Because they have
can.
some ingredient in it or something.
The fungus, I guess, is good for you,
Mm-hmm.
for your stomach, for your defense. And,
Most people
yeah.
I know gag at the idea of eating any kind of fungus, but I find it's just flavorful, and I like the texture of it.
I'll
And
tell you why. Because we have observed so many medication, antibiotic, that destroy your own natural fungus.
yes, right, it's true.
And so you have to supplement that because, we've been...
Like people who get milk with acidophilus in
Yeah,
it or
we had
something,
deficiencies.
or yogurt with live
Well, and
cultures in it.
if we're talking about mold and fungus, I mean, there's moldy cheeses too.
Oh, I love moldy
Oh,
A
that's
lot,
cheese.
good
a lot
for
of
you.
cheeses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so,
All right.
let's go back to this.
Smash
Smash
describe-
burger. We
burger.
keep
Okay.
getting off topic. It's
Yes.
like we're a bunch of chefs in here.
Why would that happen?
We rewrite the menu.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's super simple. Brioche bun, house-made mustard, house pickles, from scratch burger sauce, and then the patties and cheese change. It's super simple. It's real easy.
I got to stop you for 1 second because I see the term brioche and I know it's French, but I really don't know what brioche means.
Brioche is like an egg bread. There's egg in it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So
Egg and butter.
I know
yeah.
they're much more flavorful
And
for some
sweeter,
reason.
too.
Sweeter,
if there's no butter in it, it's not French.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So brioche
Is
bun.
that true?
Oh, dude, the French love their butter.
Yeah.
They do. Butter and salt. So it's real. They're really simple. I mean, our smash burger's $10 on the menu.
What? Okay.
Easy.
I thought this is probably
Yeah, it's
one of
not-
those $20 burgers or
It's
something.
we got 2 patties. Like I said, they're 2.5 ounce patties, so it's not a.
All right, pull the
big
patty off and just sort of hold it up. What does it look like inside?
I mean,
So there's the brioche bun on top.
I made this a couple minutes ago, so it's
All right, might stick
might
together
have cooled down a little bit. But these patties are super duper thin and super duper crispy
because you've smashed them.
because were legit. They were smashed well.
And what's the meat in that one?
This one's beef.
Okay.
The other one we have is a chicken and mango and habanero.
Well, I'll
So it's
try
got a
that.
little spice to
I'll
it.
try
That's
that
for
one.
you. It's
I'll
too
try that
spicy.
I
for me.
paired it with Munster because
Oh,
the cheesy
I
helps
love
balance
Munster
out
cheese. Yeah.
the fattiness.
I
And
love
the
the
cheese helps
stinky
Not
balance.
cheese.
Monster, Monster.
Munster. I love the stinky cheeses, the really the blue cheeses and the stinky ones and stuff.
Yeah, I did a cheese dish a couple of years ago, and I was talking to somebody about it, and I want to say it's called Espelette. It's the one cheese
Oh,
that
no.
it's what is it?
Was it blue or not?
No, it's the stinky one.
It's not.
There are
I
some really-
read
It-
according to
it-
my
it-
sources, it's illegal to eat on the subway in France.
Because is that stinky?
Epoisse, yes.
You know why
Thank
it's
you.
stinky?
No.
They rub it with liquor, like a brandy from Burgundy,
All right.
and salt on brandy. And I keep it doing that, and so the skin is like a large camembert.
Yeah.
It turns out yellow or orange, and then start to stink. It's amazing.
Yeah.
You know, a good camembert
Yeah.
stink a lot too. Don't bring a camembert eat in the train.
Yeah.
Because
I
everybody
love real stinky cheese. I don't know why.
Me too.
It just has a real strong pungent flavor to it, too.
may smell more than it tastes.
You think so?
Oh yeah.
Stinkier than, but it has strong flavor. I don't like weak cheeses. I grew up in the world of fake cheese, craft cheese, and
Ah,
Yeah.
processed cheese.
processed cheese. There was no flavor to it.
So sorry.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, and that's the thing too. Is like we use American cheese on our smash burgers because that's what you traditionally use. You know, I was playing with different concepts and going with American and cheddar,
Yeah.
and people were like, "No, you can't put cheddar on a smash burger,
I
dude."
know. And it's,
can't.
And
You
it's
have-
so
it has to
tasteless.
be-
So you just flop that piece of Kraft American cheese on there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Processed cheese.
We don't use Kraft because Kraft is individually wrapped, and
Yeah.
when you have to make 15 of them,
Yeah, that's true.
unwrapping a piece of cheese, it takes a lot.
Well,
of time.
that's what my mother liked because everything was fast and quick. It was
Well, we get
individually wrapped.
like a nice thick American slice. So we get some good. I got some good American cheese. Shout out to Engardia Brothers,
Yeah.
Cody
Okay.
and Guardia.
Good, yes.
Yeah,
They do cheeses.
they do.
Well, they do all,
almost everything.
everything.
Yeah,
Seafood, meat, produce,
yeah.
dairy, everything.
They're good.
It's unbelievable. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, while we're talking about it, I mean, they got great customer service, you know. And if I need, something specialty product,
Okay, for you.
they'll find it.
When I had a
You know?
restaurant, we just went to Cisco.
Yeah, that's-
Generic, big, giant chain.
yeah, but Cisco is a giant chain.
Yeah.
In Gilder, it's local. It's right here.
Right.
And they can, if you short on something, you call up, and then a couple hours later they bring
okay.
it back to you.
Yeah.
Great customer service.
I
Right.
would put down
Right.
Cisco, but they're huge and they have a little bit of everything, but it's kind of just generic stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like Cisco or US Foods.
US
I mean,
Foods,
nothing
we
against
tried
what
that one,
nothing
yeah.
against what they do, but it's like I like the small.
And we need to support
Family
local
ran.
business.
Yeah.
That's very
Well, I
important.
remember in Guardia Brothers, you probably remember when they were in Costa Mesa.
Yeah.
Back when they were just a small company, and then Mr. Engardia passed away, and so his sons inherited the business, and Cody is the owner of the company, and he's still one of the sales reps.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's-
He's my sales rep, and I'm like the guy who runs.
You should sometime bring in purveyors. You should
Yes.
bring in people
Yeah,
behind,
that'd
because
be
that's
cool.
behind the kitchen door. It isn't just how you make it; it's where you source it.
Sure.
Yeah.
And we should bring them in, actually. Same with Melissa Produce, too. They do a fantastic job. And, I didn't understand when at first they were just a produce company, and then suddenly, oh, we're going to sell seafood. Okay, how do you do that? Well, we have a new giant walk-in cooler, and you're going to have the freshest seafood you can get.
Right.
And then so it's one-stop shop,
Right.
It's amazing.
Yeah, I like it. And I was actually talking to Cody about going wholesale with the sausages through him. So
Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
now
Because
we're
that's-
connecting
That
there.
makes sense.
yeah, that's my that's one of my next moves.
Now, we see, I see the link.
Yeah, you see
see
the
the
link.
All right, we got to
Words.
try one of these things while we're eating. Which one am I going to try here?
He says you're eating the spicy one.
All right, look, pass it over here. Okay.
Can you cut?
Aye.
Pretend
Can
it's
you
hot.
cut it in half and bring the other half to my wife? She's listening, so
Absolutely. She
would
likes
like to
spicy
hear that.
stuff?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Well, she likes you, so. You're a little spicy sometimes for. I'll cut it in half here.
No, but the smash burger concept, you know, we're starting to expand the menu. Starting next month, we're gonna bring in paninis,
Yeah.
and we do a lot of vegan smash.
Can I help you on panis? Panis is one of my specialties.
Yeah.
If I don't know which type of panis you want to do, but
Well, I've got a mini. I'll show you. But it's
All right, here's two. Here's just an old Midwest.
I got a panini press, so I was like,
yes.
Here's an old burger.
you got to have a panini
I used
press.
to do 100 panini lunch on
Right.
my shop on Bristol every day.
Yeah, yeah.
Crazy.
I'm not even sure what a panini is, other than it's some kind of.
It's a sandwich.
Sandwich,
It's a
yeah.
sandwich, but different type. The way I do it in a soft baguette. Outside
Yeah.
of-
All right, so I'm going to give you
outside-
my little quick
Okay.
thing here. The bread is yellow, so it must be the egg.
That
kind
is
of
the
thing.
egg yolk. Yeah.
And it's very soft and gooey. It's
Right.
not the hard bun I'm used to that's been dried.
It's not gooey. It's
Right.
moist.
Moist, okay. I haven't tasted it yet. Very small, very narrow, because you've obviously smashed it together
Right.
here.
Well, see, when you eat a smash burger, I tell people it's not about the meat. It's about the whole thing, because you got the sauce, the tanginess
Right.
from the
Yeah.
sauce, the acidity from the pickle, the crunch from the patty, the creaminess from the cheese, and then the tartness from the mustard.
Because I see a lot of mustard, a lot of sauce, big pickles in it,
Yeah, yeah. It's
but it's not a half-pound
it's
burger
very-
or something.
it's very
the,
balanced.
The beauty
I'll try it.
is like when you do a steak sandwich.
Yeah.
Make sure you put the steak when it's still warm inside the bread, because the dripping juice go into the bread. It
Yes,
makes the whole thing
yes.
so much better.
Oh my God! Now what I get really strong, I taste the meat, and the meat tastes very
I
good.
can tell you taste the spice too.
The spice and the sauce.
Yeah.
It doesn't overwhelm it, but it's very. Usually, I taste all meat and a little bit of sauce.
Right, right.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever had a burger like this.
That's actually that meat is ground chicken, thighs, ground bacon,
Wow.
mangoes,
Mm.
frozen Peruvian mango, fresh habanero, cilantro, cayenne, coriander, salt.
You can hear me chewing.
It sounds like a science project.
Yeah, well,
you know?
no, that's the chicken mango habanero sausage outside of
Wonderful.
the casing.
I taste chicken. I taste the habanero, which I love hot things and spicy things.
Yeah.
But what surprises me is when people put sauces on things. Usually it overwhelms it. All I taste is the sauce.
Right.
My biggest complaint with fancy French food, they put all this béarnaise sauce or something on it. All I taste is the sauce.
Right.
Yeah, everything else overwhelms or kind of overpowers if it's not done right.
You
But
gotta,
this
gotta,
is a
it's gotta
really
be a
good
balance.
combination.
It's got to be a balance.
Wow.
Yeah, not too much sauce, not too little amount of sauce.
I would love
because-
to bring my 11-year-old grandson over, who is the Burger King. He's the classic American kid. All
Right
he
on.
wants is a burger, and he wants them plain. He'd take all the sauce off. He wants to taste the meat.
Well, we have smash burgers. We have thick burgers, thick with 2 C's, which is like a standard 6-ounce patty. And then we have the vegan smash burger, which is one of our. We sell a lot of.
My
because-
wife's a vegan, so what would that be? Just
So we actually use a Beyond Meat product. It's actually the Beyond Meat hot Italian sausage.
ooh,
really
wow.
good.
Yeah. So we take those sausage links, tear them in half, and make a smash burger with those.
But the bread it will be different.
Yeah, the bread we use
Buckwheat?
we use a different bread.
Like buckwheat.
And we make a vegan aioli, so I buy vegan mayonnaise, and I put fiend herbs in it,
Yeah,
and a little bit of garlic oil. People love it. Yeah,
it's wonderful.
Sorry to be
Tarragon.
chewing here, but this
I put
is really
tarragon on a lot of things, like my fries.
tarragon.
I put like a tarragon,
I'm
chives, and
I'm a
parsley.
tarragon fan. You
Yeah.
know,
I don't even know what tarragon tastes
Well,
like.
like fiend herbs. Fiend herbs is like a traditional French herb mix of tarragon, parsley, and chive.
yes.
And so sometimes there's other variations to that blend, but that's the one we use. And the tarragon on French fries, I feel like it's such a nice herb that not a lot of people are so familiar with. So the people, they taste it like, wow,
You know,
what is that?
When I make a lobster bisque,
Ooh,
Not too many people do that, but I love tarragon into my bisque.
Yeah.
I don't even know if I could identify in my brain what tarragon tastes
I like a little Pernod in mine.
Yeah,
A little Pernod, a little
Yeah.
liquor in. Okay, all right.
no, right there on
Absinthe,
the side,
absinthe.
on the side too. So
Yeah.
Absinthe makes
was
the
so
heart
funny,
grow
I was-
fonder.
I was at at one of my last kitchens I was working at, the catering company I had when I was in Laguna Hills, and I remember I had bought a bottle of Pernod for some oysters Rockefeller, and I go into the walk-in probably.
Where's the Pernod?
I'm like, why is there like an inch of Pernod left? I'm like, who's drinking the Pernod like that? Like, you don't just go in the walk-in and chug Pernod. You gotta like drink it warm. It's like there's a certain way to drink it.
I have a little story for that, similar.
This is a real
When
French
I was-
Pernod story.
When
Okay.
I was teaching, not long time ago, and I had to make a sauce with scampi with Pernod.
Yeah.
So this scampi, tomato, basil, Pernod, and then so I grabbed the bottle of Pernod with that much left, and I make the sauce. It doesn't taste like anise. Somebody must have drank it and put water back inside the bottle, so
Yeah.
we had a little
It looked like
flavor,
it.
little flavor, but no more of the Pernod.
That's what I used to do with my parents' liquor, because when I would crack into their liquor cabinet. Well, my mom was a big martini drinker when she was alive,
Yeah.
and so she would keep her vodka in the freezer. So I was not, I was underage and not the wisest kid in the shed, but I would put water in the vodka to make
She
up for
won't
the.
notice. It'll look
Sure.
like
And
it.
then I'd put it in the freezer, and my dad would come out and be like, "Why is the vodka frozen?
Why is alcohol?
Why
It
is the
doesn't
vodka
freeze, yeah.
frozen?" And I'm like, "What do you mean? It's in the freezer."
So this is
Busted.
These are
Yeah.
stories from being the kitchen door,
Oh yeah.
All right, pass
yeah.
this one over. I'm going to save. I would eat that really quickly because that is delicious. That is incredible.
This-
that is one of
this
the
is
best
what
burgers
happens to
I've
my
ever
wife.
had. I love the sauce. I love the flavor of the meat and the habanero. Let me try the other one. I'll try half of the other one here.
So as far as drinking goes, I mean, I'm sure Pascal has a bunch of stories of cooks
Pascal,
who
no.
cooks who
Oh,
are drinking and doing drugs at work when they're not supposed to be. I mean, I've got
Not me.
Jaeger bombs. Oh sure, yeah, Jaeger bombs at work, and
Oh yeah, Grand Marnier.
going out and blacking out on our lunch breaks. You know what I mean?
We had what was her name? Vivian Wynn
Yeah,
from Boss
Buscat.
Cat,
Yeah.
and she openly talks about that she's
she
can't
doesn't drink anymore.
Doesn't drink anymore
Yeah,
because
no,
she
she's been
became
she's
an
been sober
alcoholic
for years. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, good for her.
and
I'm
she,
coming up on 2 years.
Yeah, there you
in
go.
October, yeah.
Good for you guys. All right, but she talked about how many people drink, and it's not just a party atmosphere, but drinking
no.
behind the
I
door.
I don't want to mention the restaurant. I was in a restaurant, and we're going a little bit away from the sausage, but we have to talk about the behind the kitchen door.
Right.
One of the recipe was calling for a sweet white vermouth. I was to make a special lobster sauce with a kind of a white vermouth beurre blanc.
Yeah. Vermouth is a fortified wine. In case anyone
Yeah,
was wondering.
yeah.
Yeah.
And one of the chefs, because it was a square kitchen, and everybody is on party, someone do the sauce, someone do the meat and the fish. He always run when we need to make one. The chef call the order, and then he run to the wine cellar. Oh, I'm out of the vermouth. We go back, and he's come back with a bottle. The thing is, every week we had to place order, and we say, how come we go through so many bottles of vermouth?
Right. Which you
And
wouldn't normally consume that much.
so we try to find out what's going on. In one night, he could, on a trip down to the wine cellar, in 3 times, 1 bottle of vermouth a night, 1, 2, 3. So he go 3 times in the wine cellar and drink the
He
full
would just-
bottle of
he would
vermouth
just
every
chug it
night.
right there.
Dude, vermouth is so hard to drink.
As,
man.
as a solo drink.
You gotta be really, you gotta be really hurting. You know what I mean, to do that.
Yeah.
I remember I used to work at a French restaurant in Newport. Well, while we're not mentioning names, but we used brandy in one of the things, and so the chef comes up to me and I watch him pour. He opens his Coca-Cola can, takes a sip of it, and then fills up the rest with brandy. And I'm like, look at it, I'm like, oh, that's interesting. You know, so we started doing that. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, I have so many stories of that.
And we figure out why he was doing that because we went, there was kind of a little half wall, and there was a pile of empty bottles.
Behind it.
behind the wall.
Well, I remember we had a cook at the former Charlie Palmer's where he would go to the bathroom and he'd come out all flush, and he was using heroin, you know, and you know he actually got fired because he accidentally contaminated somebody's food with shellfish.
Oh.
So they used to do a shrimp and bacon grits, which was pre-made, and they would heat up. And he thought, oh, if the shrimp and bacon grits with no shrimp, oh, I'll just make sure there's no shrimp on the plate. So the fact that it had shellfish in it, you know, the guest had to end up using their EpiPen in the dining room. Yeah, that was a mess that day, but.
Yeah.
But I mean, I mean, working in the industry, and especially like I hire people who are fresh out of recovery. I hire people who struggle with drug addiction, who are, you know, trying to change their lives. I do a lot of that kind of stuff for the community. You know, I've had, you know, you go into my bathroom and there's blood splatter on the wall from people using needles. You know, you've got.
God.
I remember one time I had all 3 of my employees were getting high, and all of them were using heroin, but they were all keeping it a secret. So all 3 of them, I had to fire everybody. I had to fire my whole team because I can't allow that.
And
You know?
you have to keep an eye on that. all the
So
time.
what is it
We're
about
supposed
behind the
to.
kitchen door that promotes or that leads to that kind of people don't realize drug abuse,
Well, I think-
alcohol? So is it just the party atmosphere? Is it the all night
It's
staying up?
the hard work,
Yeah.
and also the struggling that they have personally or financially, and so if you add that to the hard work, and they just can't control, they need something else. They need a substance.
Yeah, I don't know that's a good question. I mean, because I think it's not the work environment, it's not the kitchen itself. I think it's the person, like the type of person
That's drawn to
who's
this.
a good chef,
Yeah,
right?
totally.
Has like this artistic mind, who often use substances. You know what I mean? And I
to
think that's,
expand their consciousness.
yeah,
to
not
try to-
necessarily in that too. I mean, but like a lot of, I think a statistic I read back in the early 2000s was restaurant work was the number 2 highest job that had drug addiction in it. Like construction was number 1. And number
construction.
2
That's a frightening
was
thought. They're
restaurant.
building things and they're high. Yeah, right.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of drinkers and
Yeah,
you
I
know,
know.
union workers and stuff like that. But
Union work. Oh God! When I
Yeah.
was a kid and I had to go work in high school, I had to go work in the factory because my dad wanted to see what that was like, because that's where he started. And horrible going down the car factories. I mean, they're getting Boilermakers and drinking like crazy on the line and stuff.
And
here.
you'll be surprised.
Oh.
No, you won't be surprised.
Numb
because
themselves.
it happens all the time. When you, like in every job, they are allowed to have 10-minute breaks every
Right.
2-3 hours, and then half an hour for the shift. But then when I take my 10-minute break, okay, they come back, it's not the same person.
Oh, because they go just chug
Crazy.
something, yeah, right,
Yeah.
or shoot
Crazy.
something.
And you
Right.
have to deal with it, you know?
Yeah.
Crazy.
well, it was a liability, man. You know what I mean? Like if they slip in, I mean, I was talking about somebody the other day about just horror stories of the kitchen. You know what I mean? Where,
Yeah.
you know, I remember there was a story back when it was a female chef who had a long braid, and she walked by the mixer, the floor mixer, and
Okay.
yeah, and then there was there was the nighttime cook who was working by himself and slipped and fell into the fryer, and they found him a couple hours later.
Yeah, I've heard lots of fryer stories.
And then
hot
there
oil.
was a chef, and this was probably, I want to think it was like 2017 when I read this story. There was a chef in Canada who like killed his girlfriend, and they found her hand in the stock pot. Like he was like,
That's one way to get rid of it.
let's change the
Cook
subject.
her up.
I don't think we can go back to
But
Smash
those-
Burger now.
But the two things I would worry about if I had if I was working with knives or I'm working with hammers and nails and stuff, is I wouldn't want to be high at all because I could injure myself. I could cut my hand off. I
Right.
could
You,
smash
because
something.
you're responsible. But
Yeah,
Not everybody's like that.
yeah, no,
that's why I don't cook.
Yeah. I used to work at a bed and breakfast, and so it'd be early shifts, and I remember I would stay up all night drinking with my friends and stuff, and I'd go to work drunk still, and I said, just don't cut yourself. Just don't cut yourself. Just don't cut
yeah.
yourself. Because if you cut yourself, you have to go to the hospital, and if you go to the hospital, you're gonna read your blood, and they're gonna know you're wasted.
Oh
Like,
my
just
God.
don't cut yourself.
And don't work at a smash burger because you're going to smash these things here. You just get your hand smashed.
Yeah,
in the
you don't
process.
want to catch them.
So
All right, let's come back to the
Birds and
smash
cats.
burger. I tried this one. Can I be honest with you? I like the other one better.
Yeah.
And what I like
the chicken mango habaneros are famous.
that one is this one. The only thing I didn't like is with the smash. It seems drier to me. Is that because it's been smashed? Or?
It's probably because it was
Different.
cooked a couple hours ago.
different meat.
yeah.
This one is.
And this is just meat, so I didn't. The other one, I'm like tasting all these combination
like
of
a
flavors in
sausage.
there.
Right.
Yeah.
The chicken,
Right.
the habanero, the
Okay.
pickles,
All
the
right.
sauces.
You're going to have more choice in that. How many what's your
How many?
selection on choice? Of
There's 12 different burgers.
Oh
you
my
can choose
goodness!
from.
Well, 12 commandments, or no, 10 commandments. I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When that was made at 12:30.
It was good. I'm not saying it was,
It's almost
but I thought I would instantly go for the burger, and this other one sounded too frou-frou
Well-
and strange, and I'm going to just love the burger, and I find myself going,
I think
Our chicken
that
patties are
type of
famous.
burger you need to eat them when it's still warm. from the grill.
clearly.
I think
Yeah.
you're-
But what surprises me, I wouldn't go in and order a chicken habanero burger.
Well,
I
now you
wouldn't.
will.
I wouldn't. Yeah.
Yeah,
Now
but
you
you know
will.
you have to. This is an adventure.
Yes.
Why I do
Yeah.
this. Love
So,
the show.
I think that's the beauty of a chef that create new things. They bring us to an adventure of food.
So what do you say to my friends who we're all in our late 60s. We all grew up in the Midwest. We grew up in very boring, basic kind of cooking, not a lot of adventure, nothing new or anything. So we developed a style. I think there's an awful lot of Americans like this. I eat what I eat. I eat this. I like this. I drink this. I do this. And I have a very good friend of mine who's makes a ton of money. He's an attorney. You take him any place, he's going to get a steak. Seafood restaurant, anything, steak. He's going to get a steak. Donald Trump supposedly is like that, a
And
steak.
people you used to ask for a steak, sliced onion, and sliced tomato.
That's it.
Years ago. This is all the time.
Right.
Yeah.
So what do you say to people like that? I think there's a lot of Americans like that who just, I eat what I eat. I'm never going to try something different.
Well, as a chef, I think we try to appeal to those people. We might not agree with them, and I'm not like that at all. I mean, because I like, when I go out to a place that's nice, I usually just order a bunch of small plates,
Yeah.
Me
right?
too.
Like,
Yeah,
I
that.
try to stay away from the
But I
lunch.
have to say, a good steak, sliced tomato, and sliced onion, and then you have a little blue cheese on the side.
Yeah.
It's delicious.
Yeah.
So,
But I'm saying there are
Simple.
people who eat the same thing. My father, my wife's father, the same thing all the time. 2-3 things they alternate. That's all
yeah,
they eat.
well, that's like we are human beings, and if we're used to a food, we stick to it.
Yeah, exactly.
But now, because of all the exposure to new cuisine,
right, exposure. Right.
people are ready to go into an adventure.
I think so more.
I
Right.
think
More in
you are on the right track.
more in California than
And
ever
I think
before.
I think different people eat differently, right? Like a lot of people who are like big in the gym and eat healthy, when they eat, it's not about flavors; it's about caloric intake.
yes, right.
And then there's people who eat because because they need to,
They're hungry.
right? And then there's when you go out and you eat like when you want to have a culinary experience, right? Like if you need to get something quick to eat really quick, you don't go to, Fleming's, right?
So here's my question, getting to that.
Nobu,
Yes.
You don't go to Nobu for a quick
quickie.
snack.
Yeah, no.
Unless you're
You-
rich.
Go look up Nobu
Do
for
you
everybody.
think
Yeah.
you are in the right time for the right food, or are you ahead of the time?
Oh, that's a good question.
I think with the sausage, the sausage is something new. It's something that people have always been doing sausage, but I feel like I'm doing something different with sausage. Where we're not using nitrates or preservatives. We're using primal cuts, so it's not like trim meat. So when people like grab a bratwurst, for example, right, and they go to look at the ingredients, it literally reads pork shoulder, spices, casing. I have 3 ingredients in my bratwurst.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Like the herbs and spices, I can list them all out for, allergy reasons, but really it's herbs and spices, meat, casing. That's it. And it's pork shoulder.
No
It's not-
nitrates.
yeah, none of this, transglutamate,
MSG.
or high fructose corn syrup. You'd be surprised how much high fructose corn syrup goes into sausage. Because before I started doing all this, I was, looking at the market, seeing how other people did it. I wanted to do something different, right? That's why I kind of go with the 8-inch, because they get that perceived. Like when we go into wholesale, I want to have an 8-inch link on the shelf. So when people look up and they're, oh my gosh, look at the size of that thing, they're gonna grab it.
And do you know I would never buy pre-grated cheese?
Oh yeah, don't do that.
They put it-
Pre-grated cheese, where there's
Yeah.
again,
You know
craft.
why?
All at home, all we had is a little green can, and the cheese was already grated, and you just poured it out as a powder.
at least 10% of it is wax.
Yeah,
Wax,
Yes, so
they
they don't.
stick together.
So anti-caulking. So it's
anti-caulking,
Caking.
caulking.
He was
But that
pronunciation.
that makes. But again, I grew up on processed food, so I'm not trying to pick on Kraft Foods, but they were the biggest purveyor of this stuff. Kraft cheese was individually sliced, processed, some generic.
Yeah.
Didn't taste like anything I'd ever tasted.
Right.
Kraft. When you had spaghetti, we always had.
always flavorful. Flavor,
Yeah.
that's for sure.
And I don't know what they did to make it, but that's all I thought it was great. It was if you went to a restaurant, you got grated. You didn't grate it yourself. You bought a little shaker of it that's in there.
Every shop, right? So now you answer the question, but that you are a little bit ahead of time.
Yeah.
And let's see if really what you do is going to become more trendy and other people are going to try to copy what you do. What else can you do next?
So what we're doing now is kind of like trying to bring in new flavors, right? Like we want to do like something with like a French dip with the sausage,
Ooh, that'd be
right?
interesting.
So we want to do things like banh mi in a
That's
sausage.
the Vietnamese sausage.
I
that
want to
was
do
so hot now.
banh
I want to do a butter chicken sausage, so like Indian cuisine, and I'm trying to kind of like bring different cultural dishes into the sausage, right? Because you can really stuff anything.
You need a bigger space.
I need an investor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
An investor.
And
Yeah.
a bigger space.
Investor,
because, you
yeah,
know,
there you
it could be the sausage maker. You know,
Yeah, him and I were talking about that outside before the podcast, and I'm kind of putting an investor package together. I'm looking for, some capitals to kind of grow. I mean, because right now we're at a good spot, and
We're a
want to.
business channel. People
Yeah,
tune in
we want
today.
we
They
want to
got
we
money.
want to get next level. You know what I mean?
I'll tell you what's interesting to me. I'll answer the question for you. Yes, you are pushing the boundaries. So you're taking it more than a hot dog into a hot dog. You're taking more than a burger into a smash burger, which in a way is kind of back to the basics of the old diner burger, but adding all these flavors and sauces and everything to it, incredible. I think the world is open to this, and once they try it, they won't go back. Because that was me. Once I tasted something that really had taste and flavor to it, why would I go back to Kraft cheese?
Right.
And this is the purpose, the goal also, that I do this show.
Yes.
If anybody listen who think this is an opportunity to be into the food business and help a very creative chef to succeed on this span, contact them.
And isn't that why
Yeah.
people buy into restaurants? Because they don't know how to cook, but they want someplace to go hang. Somebody told it to me this way. People with money. We have a number of them come on this show. And they say, yeah, I made money off my stock. I made money off my commercial real estate or something. But it's not very sexy. I don't take my friends over there. But if I own part of a restaurant,
Oh yeah.
I can show up and we can taste it and we can enjoy it, and it's an experience. It's not just a ledger item on my
Yeah, and
Right.
and the chef Keith
Financial.
is open to comment. You know, I'm sure what you said is going to go there. Is going to make another burger to make sure it's not drier than you expect. You know, so he is really open.
I'm not trying to be
Right.
negative with the burger. The burger was great, but the other one blew me away.
But it was not
like that.
freshly made.
Well, that too.
Right,
yes.
right.
Big difference.
I'm not. My feelings aren't hurt.
Okay, but the other, but I'm completely supportive of what he's doing because he's really pushing the boundaries
Yes.
and creating at the same time not just something that's weird and I say, well, okay, that was weird. I never had that before, but something that is incredibly flavor and the balance of flavors in there. All these complex things going on, your mouth is tasting lots of things at once. That's what I really
and
enjoy.
he's not following a trend. This is
Yeah.
really his
Right.
own thing, you know, his own niche. So
Right.
let's back him up and help him and make sure he's
I think there's I'll tell you why you're spot on because I'm sorry to say, Chef Pascal, there's a movement away from expensive cuisines right
of
now.
course.
We can't afford them. So
Right.
I'm not going to go to a fancy restaurant or a fancy
Well, there's
restaurant.
actually
Well,
there's-
trust me, I would love to be, cooking, Snake River hanger steaks and
Yeah, exactly.
you know what I mean, caviar, and I could do all that stuff too. But it's like I was saying earlier, that's not the stuff I get to eat every day.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
And so if you can take ordinary food in the same way that meatloaf has suddenly found its way onto menus all over the place here, this kind of comfort food, this kind of familiar food.
he was trending. It's kind of slowing down, but
And you can now take that and take it to the next level.
Well, that's
Not
what
take it
what
up
I
a
was
notch.
talking to my chefs about, right? I talked to my chefs, and I said to them, because my sous chef, he's from Chicago. He used to work for Grand Achatz, and I said, you need to bring that same level of professionalism to something as simple as a smash burger,
Exactly.
and you bring that high end.
good move.
You bring that same. We in their kitchen space, we call it Bocuse, right? 'Cause Paul Bocuse was a very popular chef, and
Famous.
he has there's a international cooking competition called the Bocuse d'Or, and it's all the countries compete, and it's like every 4 years.
You know, I work with Paul Bocuse.
I thought he was
Did.
like your mentor or one of your
That's
guys
cool.
or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, he used to have a really cool chicken tattoo, and I was
Yeah.
Paul Bocuse. That's pretty cool. We need to talk about that. But Paul Bocuse is a legend. But Bocuse is like soigné, which is like just smooth finesse, elegance, right? And haute is like that same concept, like haute cuisine or haute couture is like the runway models
Style.
yeah,
Well,
style and
I have a video of him
Yes.
saying it's in French, unfortunately, but you can probably ChatGPT can translate it for you. He said, "There's no good French wine without butter and cream." It's like Julia Child, it's
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
everything. So,
Yeah.
And but he
I love those old pictures of Pascal. He's got like these old pictures
He has
when he's like in his 30s,
style.
pictures
Well,
in black and white.
I love
what do you mean?
style and
I don't
food.
look good anymore.
Ah, you look
still
you
do.
look great. You look great.
I think there is a move to take the ordinary and make it special. And I
Right.
applaud it because too much of the ordinary that we eat and consume in modern America, the fast food, is just to fill you up. It's not to taste good. And that's the kind of food I grew up on. Food was just a necessity. It wasn't an experience. It wasn't anything
yes.
memorable.
And our clientele and audience is ready for that
Yes.
because they need experience. Everybody needs experience.
More so than ever. If I'm going to go out and spend money, then I want more than just something I can make at home.
Oh, of course.
Right.
What can you make at home?
I make nothing at home. I'm terrible.
Easy Mac.
Yeah, that's about it.
Now I understand.
But truthfully, even when we go out, my friends or family or whatever, they want, if it's, my wife will say, well, I can make this at home. Why are we paying $10 or $20 or $30? I can make this at home. So you go out for either the experience of the restaurant or the experience of the service or the experience of the food, or hopefully all three.
So I would suggest, if you're a couple with 1 or 2 kids, or maybe 3, and take like 2 or 3 different smash burgers, take them home, and
Yes.
do the experience to say which one you like. you
Yes.
know. And they will get exposed to different flavors and different tastes.
Unlike my
Right.
household, I have a rule in my house. Unlike the household I grew up in, my household has always had a special rule. There's my daughter and now my grandchildren. You gotta try everything. They say, I don't like it. How do you know? You never tried it.
Oh,
Try
that's
it
so important.
first. If you don't like it, great.
Yeah,
spit it out.
Yeah, spit it out. We don't care.
Right.
Yeah.
Like
My parents were like that too, and we would eat a lot of sushi. So I remember when I was a kid, they were called tuna boats, so or toro boats. So it was toro wrapped around a little piece of rice with the smelt eggs in it, and then they would put a quail egg yolk on top. And I was just like, oh, that's so gross. And I try one, and I remember.
And the sushi chef say, eat it in one bite.
Yeah.
Right.
And I was a kid. I was like, it was a big bite, but trying it. My girlfriend's daughter. She's so wise beyond her years. She's 6 years old, and she does things like she loves fried sage.
What?
I'll fight this.
Yeah,
never
so
even heard of it.
she's like, she eats
What you
avocados.
do, you can
and-
do a little bit of brown butter, and then you sizzle sage and boom.
yeah,
So
Flash
good.
fried. Well, you guys are the epitome of hanging out with some cool people for lunch here. What incredible food. How do they find you? Everybody, Smash Burger is a great concept. By all means, maybe start with the burger because that's what you're familiar with, but don't be afraid to try that chicken habanero. For the rest of them are like that. Oh, my God. That may be
Saints of
the
Smash in Newport Beach.
that may be the best burger I've ever had in my life.
Yeah.
How about that?
That's great.
How about that?
Yeah.
I've had a billion burgers. All right, so where are you at?
Location on.
Yeah, we're on
website.
Newport Boulevard at the Costa Mesa Kitchens.
Website?
Saints of Smash.
Okay.
Yep.
Website.
Website is Hot Dawgz sausages.com.
HAUTE
DAWGZ. You can find our menu on the menu tab, on our restaurant tab.
You have delivery service as well.
Yeah. But best way to get in touch with me is our social media on our Instagram. So
Wonderful.
at Hot Dawgz Sausages. We've been doing a lot of marketing, a lot of advertisement. Best way to stay current with our, where we're doing our pop-ups at, or what we're doing new at the restaurant. Come on by. Introduce yourself.
Have the best burger you've ever had in your life, right?
I will put my smash burger up against anybody.
I'm telling you.
And
I've
maybe
had
we
a
should
billion
do
burgers.
a smash burger competition.
Yeah,
I would
smash
love
off.
that.
A smash off.
Like that, the chili contest.
They
no?
do chili
Yeah.
contest, chili cook-offs, or they do all sorts of
Why
stuff.
not? Do this
Yeah.
smash
Barbecue
burger contest.
cook-offs
Yeah.
and stuff here.
Sure.
Okay.
I love that.
All right. Well, it was a smash with me. Thanks for coming today here.
Thank you, Paul.
Well, there you have it. Another reason to tune in each and every time as we take you behind the kitchen doors into a world you've never seen, to explore what's happening here in Orange County and elsewhere. Right here in Orange County's only community radio station, our communal kitchen, right here on the campus of UCI's Field Applied Innovation Center.